Look at these faces right here. This is pretty much what started it all in Hermann, Missouri. This is Adam and Bertha Puchta. They came here in the mid-1800s from Bavaria, and they started a winery. And the winery has continued. As a matter of fact, it's the oldest family-owned and operated winery in the country. And I'm about to chat up the 6th generation winemaker here at Adam Puchta. Let's go talk to him. So, Tim Puchta, you've got a lot of history here. Do I understand correctly, you started in the medical field before you got into wine?
Yeah, I was a respiratory therapist and paramedic for a long time prior to opening up the winery.
But you said growing up as a child, wine was just a part of your everyday life.
It really was. I mean, my grandparents made their own wine, and wine and food was part of German heritage. So we were always brought up as a kid. When you were served at a little age on, small amount of wine went in your glass. As you got older, you got more. If you screwed up, you got less.
Yeah, that's how it should work today, right?
Exactly.
But you said that your dad at one point approached you and said, Tim, what do you think? Could we make a go of it? Because Prohibition wiped out everything. This pretty much sat dormant for a lot of years, and he said, can we do this? And you said what?
Basically, if that's what you want to do, let's do it. I spent a long time through my medical. I had all the chemistry background. He was a history buff. He was an attorney and a judge, and he had huge, really into family history. So between the two of us, we decided to open up the winery, and here we are.
You know, you've got this piece of property that's been in this family for so many years. We're actually standing in Adam and Bertha's house right now, which just is so meaningful to me. I mean, I can imagine how it makes you feel, but I want to take a look outside, take a look at the view, and then I want you to tell me more about your wines. So Tim, from the old home place here, I understand the vineyards are up on the hill. I want you to talk a little bit about your wines.
As a lot of Missouri wineries, well, one of the things that we do here is we do wines that suit a lot of people's palates. So we make wines from dry reds to sweet reds. We make them from dry whites to sweet whites.
Sure.
We make ports. We do champagne on occasion, and we do several different styles therein. Our Norton is one of our flagship wines that we do, and we do that in a slightly different style, more of a Syrah Sangiovese style versus the Cab Merlot style that a lot of people want to do.
Right, and you say that your Norton pairs well with almost any food. I can't wait to try it.
Love the Norton with lamb or duck, or even the cream sauces, the pastas, the white sauce pastas. Because of the acidity of Norton, it doesn't like red sauces because you got acid and acid, but butting their heads against each other. But rich seafood and cream sauces, and then some of your heavier meats, it goes awesome with.
Okay, and you also do a rosé. You were one of the first around here to do that.
We were one of the first to do rosé. Rosé is probably my favorite style of wine.
And I understand you do it really well. And I also just happened to see your tasting bar right over here.
The old original press house from the 1800s.
All right, let's go taste.
Very good.
So Tim, I gotta be honest, this is the first time I've heard of a special Norton glass.
Several years ago, we got together with Riedel to produce a wine glass specifically for the Norton grape.
Okay.
Several of us winemakers got together with George Riedel, and this glass is the culmination of those sessions.
Well, I know a glass can make all the difference in the way that the wine tastes.
Absolutely does.
Okay, so
absolutely does.
what am I going to try first here?
First, we're going to try our Norton. This is our Cellar Select Norton, and this one here is grapes that we've harvested from all over the state of Missouri, and then we specialize this into our state, or not our state, but our Cellar Select.
That smells heavenly.
And this glass just permeates those smells, the aromas, and then how it hits your palate makes all the difference in the world.
That's delicious, and I think you're right when you say there's a little more spiciness to it, which I love the spice. So I can't wait to try the signature port.
The signature port's been one of our mainstays. It's made from our Norton grape. Been extremely popular. We've had great luck in competitions all over the country. Won numerous awards. Just a nicely done port style. A little like what I would call a super ruby, not super hot, a little softer in the alcohol, lots of chocolate, lots of just grapiness and strong berry characteristics.
That's delicious. I know you're really proud of this one, and for good reason. By the way, you can actually stay here on the property. Talk about that.
Next door to the winery here, we have 2 guest houses that are set up on the original homestead where my family homesteaded back in 1839. There's a larger guest house, stone house, and then a smaller cabin facility that are available for people to stay at.
Don't discount coming to Herman. If you haven't been, you have to visit it. And again, the history here at Adam Puchta is like nothing else I've seen in any of the wineries in the state of Missouri. Tim, thank you so much.
Thank you for coming out, and made a salute. And
Beautiful stuff. Salute.
cheers.